I ran a Binance grid trading bot for a week. What is the results? Was it profitable? Is it worth it? Or you just lost money? Welcome back to another video. I am How to Buy Bitcoin, and let's jump straight into it. We've made 8%, which is over 1% a day. Total profit around $18. We only put 219. This is just a test. And honestly, I am super impressed with the results. Imagine if you can make 1% a day for a very long time. This is a gold mine. This is amazing. I love it. I love it. And it doesn't matter if Bitcoin goes up or if Bitcoin goes down. This Binance bot will make money either way, as long, and that's very important, as long as the price goes back to where you started. So I opened this strategy at around 23,000, right around here. So we had some volatility, which is good for us. The price came back down, and this moment was not looking so good. I actually took a screenshot while Bitcoin was at the very low at around 21,000. I left it running for 3 days and 14 hours, and we were losing 6.4%. So it just goes to show that it is not free money. There is risk involved, but because the price recovered quite well, we ended up making a lot of money. The big takeaway from this experiment is that the further the price is from your opening price, so in my case it was 23,000, the further it is away, it gets exponentially worse. So if Bitcoin went to 20,000, I would be losing more than 10%. If Bitcoin went to 19,000, I would be losing, I don't know, 20, 30%. And that is the thing that you have to keep in mind. It doesn't matter as long as the price recovers. But eventually, Bitcoin will break from this range, either from the low side or from the high side. And that's why the opening price is so important, and you need to be careful with the range. And that's why we probably should use stops, or at least a low leverage, in case you are concerned about being stopped out or about being liquidated. Because if you use 18x like I'm doing here, you will get liquidated when the price goes above your range or below your range. That's for sure. Of course, this is for the neutral one. I have to make another video about the long strategy and the short strategy. They work a little bit differently, but because this is a sideways market, I'm pretty happy with the Binance bot. The second big takeaway from this little experiment that we are doing here on the Binance neutral grid trading bot is that the longer it runs, the more profitable it is, as long as the price is within this range. So over time, we will make money with these little trades. And the longer this strategy has been running, it means that you can afford for Bitcoin to go a little bit further than before. Right at the beginning of this strategy, it can be a little bit scary because you just see Bitcoin going in one direction, either up or down, and it will show a loss right at the start. And this is normal because you're just starting your grid. So if after a week you're still making losses, probably there's something wrong. You chose the wrong range. Start like I'm doing here with a small amount of money to test things out until you get very familiar with the neutral grid trading bot. I will show you now the details of this grid trading strategy and why I made it within this range. I will explain everything. So let's start with the leverage. I chose 18x, which is probably a little bit too high, but I wanted to test with a high leverage just to see what happens. So now let's view. So we are right around the middle of the grid, 79 buys, 70 sells, which is great for us. We want the price to be around the middle of the range. So we opened 255 trades. Of those, 247 trades were completed, so we had the profit. And on average, we completed 35 trades. Each one of them gave me 8 cents. Remember, I only put $219 with this strategy. So over time, we made $20 basically doing nothing. I was not checking the Bitcoin price at all. It didn't matter. The price went down, the price went up, and we are still making money. So the annualized yield would be 436%, which is mind-blowing. Honestly, this is mind-blowing. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to keep my computer on for running this. Binance has all the system by itself. Now, the strategy start price is really important. You really have to pay attention to this. And that's why we do the Bitcoin analysis to see where Bitcoin is going, because if Bitcoin moves away from the range that we set, we could have some problems. So I opened at 23,000 because it's right in the middle of this range. So the grid details, it's all here if you want to check it out. Now, I will have to close this position. I can't leave it running forever because eventually Bitcoin will break this a new low, or it will make a new high and go above this price that I set here. And because I am over leveraged So 18x, this could be a problem. So I want to close this position right around where I started, so 23,000. But of course, I will be testing different strategies. I want to make it on spot next time because we won't have leverage, so I can put more money and reduce that risk, because I think we are in a moment where we should not risk too much. We should be careful with our money, and when Bitcoin finally bottoms out, we can actually just buy crypto and relax. But in the meantime, I do want to test with grid trading bots, because if we can make money in this boring market just sideways for weeks and weeks on end, maybe it could be a very interesting idea. Of course, just because I've made money here doesn't mean that this position will keep making money in the future. The market conditions can change and will change. But it's very interesting to see the other strategies. Anyway, I am trading on Binance Futures. If you still don't have a Binance account, you can sign up with the link below, 20% off your Binance trading fees for life. So overall, a big thumbs up for the neutral Binance bot grid trading strategy.